Thanks for joining me today. I hope y'all are all doing well and staying safe and healthy. The painting you're watching me paint today is called Tongue Tied, and it came to me in one of those late night crazy thoughts that you get when you're super tired. And I think a lot of my art ideas do come to me very late at night. My goal for this piece was just to create something that was a bit more cartoony, less realistic, and less serious. When I come up for an idea for a painting, my usual strategy is to stay up as late as I can, or sometimes I'll do early morning sketches as well, but it has to be either super late or super early. And I will draw the sketches that come to me, and if nothing's coming to me, I'll often look on Pinterest or look up just other people's art and let that inspire me. When I do come up with my ideas, I'll often look up references for the things that I'm not used to drawing. Like, for example, in this piece, I've never drawn tongues before, definitely not as a focus, so I had to look up a lot of kissing photos and things like that. So, being that I'm in art school, there's a lot less professors who care about your process, and they're more interested in your ideas. Like, I feel like in high school, I remember, at least in my high school, my art teacher, who hated me, would make us do a certain number of sketches before we could go on to our final piece. And I understand what she was trying to do and what she was going for. So, like, oftentimes you'll hear your teachers tell you that the first idea you get is definitely not your best idea. And more often than not, that's exactly true. But once you get to university, I mean, they expect you to have sketches, but usually they're not concerned by you need to have exactly this amount of sketches before you can start doing what you want to do. In university, what they really care about is your ideas, your concept. We spend a lot of time working on strong concepts, even more than sometimes our technical skills. And I think a lot of schools focus on how to make art, but I think it's just as important to know why you're making art. And that's what I love about my school. And by the way, I don't go to like an art school. I go to more like in a university, there is an art program there, and that's where I go, and that's my experience. This isn't I don't go to like an art university, if that makes sense. But there is an art school in the university, so I don't know if it's different in other places. But this piece in particular, definitely, I mean, it doesn't have the strongest concept. I just thought it was an interesting idea that I just wanted to see in real life, and I don't think anything's wrong with that. Making art that you want to see in person. I think a lot of people don't realize, like when they decide they want to go to art school, that they don't realize how much time gets committed to art if you're going to go to art school. Like for my school, each and every one of our studio classes are 3 hours minimum. I've taken some studio classes that are 6 hours long, okay? And it's a lot, but very quickly you'll be able to figure out if you can handle it or not by that first semester of school. Another thing people don't know is that you're not only committing the 3 hours in class, but we also have to commit a lot of time outside of class to go back to the studio and work, because there's a lot of classes you take that you won't have the materials to work on back at your dorm or your apartment or wherever you live at. So you'll actually have to come back to the classroom whenever you can just to work on more of your artwork. Like, for example, I've taken a ceramics class, and I'm very bad at ceramics, by the way, but I took a ceramics class and they have like the turntables, and those are thousands of dollars. Like, you can't just buy one for school at your house. Like, they would never expect that from you. But what that does mean is that you oftentimes have to go back to the studio to finish whatever you're working on, because 3 hours twice a week is just not enough time to finish all your projects. So there's a lot of commitment outside of school. And don't forget, you still have to take your general ed classes, which I hate. I take every single one of my general ed classes online, almost every single one. And I just wing those classes and pay attention to mainly my art classes, because that's what I care about. That's what I'm here for. That's what I wanted to learn. And that's what I commit most of my time to. But you do need the other classes to get the degree, so I accept that. I feel like I should remind you guys that I am going to school for graphic communications and not drawing and painting, but I love drawing and painting. I just decided to go for graphic communications. I feel like drawing and painting, you draw and paint mainly for yourself. Like, all the work you make is for yourself, but when you're doing design, it's oftentimes for someone else. Like, you're trying to design a new logo for someone else, or you're trying to design a web design for someone else, and less often for yourself. But painting, it's really hard to paint a passionate piece you care about for someone else, if that makes any sense. I don't know. What we learn in art school is that you should be painting and drawing things that are important to you, or common global ideas that all humans may share, or things like that. But you don't paint to impress people, you paint for yourself, you draw for yourself. And of course, I gotta put in the peeling of the tape, which is always my favorite part. Now that we're quarantined, these videos may come out a little sooner than 1 month, but we'll see when this video comes out. Thank you guys for joining me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment so I can chat with you guys. And I'll see you guys next time.